Hello, you guys. How are you doing? I suppose you all are doing great. And welcome back to the 13th stance. And today we are talking about advanced agile communication. What exactly are you going to learn today? You will learn how to communicate confidently in agile Scrum environments at a B1 plus level, 12 key vocabulary words with phonetics, some grammar, passive voice, present perfect, and reported speech, and of course, how to write sprint summary, report on velocity, and talk about the definition of done. Well, and as always, як завжди, ви можете знайти цей воркшіт і набагато більше корисного освітнього контенту в нашому телеграмі, ну і інших соціальних мережах, де 13 Stance. Можете відсканувати цей QR-кодик або забити The 13 Stance в стрічку пошуку, і ви його знайдете. Well, let's go. So, some video content. Some core vocabulary. Definition of done. That's a shared agreement on what complete means for a task or story. The definition of done includes code reviewed, test passed, and documentation updated. Sprint review. A meeting at the end of a sprint where the team demonstrates completed work to stakeholders. During the sprint review, the project owner accepted 4 of the 5 completed stories. Velocity. The amount of work a team completes in a sprint, measured in story points. Our average velocity over the last 4 sprints has been 42 story points. Burn down. A chart showing how much work remains in a sprint over time. The burn down chart showed we were ahead of the schedule by day 3. Increment. A working, potentially releasable piece of the product delivered to the end of the sprint. Each sprint should produce a shippable increment, even if it's not released immediately. Epic. A large body of work that is broken down into smaller user stories. The user board in Epic contains 12 stories across 3 sprints. Story point. A unit used to estimate the effort required to complete a user story. The team estimated the API integration at 8 story points. Acceptance criteria. The conditions a story must meet to be accepted by the product owner. The acceptance criteria for the login feature includes single sign-on and 2-factor authentication. Release. The deployment of a completed product increment to users. The next release is planned for the end of quarter 3, combining work from 3 sprints. Retrospective. A meeting where the team reflects on the sprint and identifies improvements. In the retrospective, the team agreed to reduce meeting time and improve ticket descriptions. Capacity. The total amount of work a team can realistically complete in a sprint. Within 2 team members on leave, our capacity this sprint is 60% of normal. Backlog refinement. A regular session to review, clarify, and prioritize items in the product backlog. Backlog refinement happens every Wednesday. The team estimates stories and adds acceptance criteria. And a little pro tip. In international Agile teams, the most common communication problem is mixing up Agile ceremonies. Remember, sprint planning, that's when we decide what to do. Sprint review, that's when we show what was done. Retrospective, improving how you work. So if you can explain all these 3 in clear English, you will immediately sound more professional in any Agile environment. So, some grammar, passive voice, present perfect, and reported speech. So, the structure. Passive voice is used constantly in Agile status updates and sprint summaries. The story has been completed, not we completed the story. Yeah? The increment was reviewed by the PO, not the PO reviewed the increment. Yeah, 5 tickets have been closed this sprint. The definition of done was agreed in the kickoff session. Present perfect. For sprint results and achievements up to now. The team has delivered 38 story points this sprint. We have completed all P1 tickets. The burn down has tracked ahead of schedule for 3 days. The release has been approved by the product owner. Reported speech. Reported speech is used for summarizing what was discussed in ceremonies. Direct, the velocity has dropped. Reported, the Scrum Master said that the velocity had dropped. Direct, we need to refine the acceptance criteria. Reported, the product owner said that they needed to refine the acceptance criteria. Some key phrases for Agile communication. Sprint review. I'd like to demonstrate. The team has completed. The PO has accepted. The story means the DoD because the increment is available in a certain environment. Yeah. What went well this sprint? One area for improvement is the action agreed was for retrospective. Going forward we will. The team suggests that I'd like to acknowledge. And status update. The sprint is on track. We have a blocker on. Velocity this sprint is. 3 stories are in review. We expect to close X points by Friday. Model sprint summary. Let's read it and analyze. So, sprint 14 summary, week of 23rd June. The team has completed 41 story points this sprint, which is slightly above our average velocity of 38. All 5 P1 tickets have been closed, and the increment has been deployed to the staging environment for product owner review. The sprint review was held on Friday. The product owner accepted 4 of the 5 stories. Story 147, the reporting dashboard, was not accepted because one acceptance criterion had not been met. The export to CSV function was missing. The story has been carried over to sprint 15 with updated acceptance criteria. In the retrospective, the team identified 2 improvement areas. Ticket descriptions need more detail before sprint planning, and daily stand-ups are running over 15 minutes. The team agreed that the Scrum Master will time box stand-ups strictly from next sprint. Sprint 15 begins on Monday. Capacity is 90% due to one team member being on leave. Backlog refinement is scheduled for Wednesday. There is a little thing in this review, in this summary. The word criterion. In plural, it is criteria. Everyone knows the word criteria. It is in plural. Criterion is 1, criteria is 2 and more. Okay? And notice, she used present perfect throughout. Has completed, have been closed, has been deployed, has been carried over. Also, a lot of passives, yeah? Reported speech, the team agreed that the Scrum Master will time box. And precise Agile vocabulary, velocity, acceptance criteria, carried over, retrospective, capacity. Let's watch out for some common mistakes. We did 41 points this sprint. We completed, the team has completed 41 points this sprint. The story is done. The story is the definitions of done or the DoD and has been accepted by the product owner. The retro was good. In the retrospective, the team identified 2 improvement areas. You need to be a bit more specific. Velocity is the speed of the sprint. Velocity is the number of story points completed per sprint. It is not a precise definition, this one. The PO said we need to fix it. The product owner said that the acceptance criteria needed to be updated again. You need to be a bit more specific, yeah? And also, in reported speech, we have such thing as tense shift. Instead of we need, you will say needed. Okay? And let's go to this one. I'm giving you 20 seconds to pause the video, choose the correct form of the verb, and check your answers after that with me. So take your time. I'm giving you 20 seconds starting now. Well, let's go. Let's start. So, the team has completed. That's present perfect. Result is up to now. Was deployed. The increment was deployed. Passive and past simple. Because we have a specific time yesterday. In the retrospective, the Scrum Master said the velocity had dropped. All P1 tickets have been closed. The product owner has not accepted. Yeah? Great job. And let's go a little speaking task. Let's imagine that you are the Scrum Master. Could you please use this template to give a 60-second sprint summary? Okay? You will also be able to get it in the downloading version of the worksheet. And the question for the comments. Could you describe your team's last sprint in 3-4 sentences? And could you use present perfect at least twice and one piece of agile vocabulary from today's lesson? Tell us what was completed, what the velocity was, and one thing the team is improving. You can even make it up. If you're not comfortable sharing the real information, you can make it up. It doesn't really matter, okay? And as for the extra tasks, if you feel the need to review this topic again to complete some extra tasks, you can get this worksheet with extra tasks in our Telegram channel. Again, you can scan the QR code or you can type in the suit instance in the search bar and find it in there. Well, and I suppose I really hope to see you next time. Stay safe.